Welcome to the final WCW Monday Nitro of 2001. We're opening the show. We are in the Midwest region again. We're doing a little Midwest tour here for WCW to end the year. And we're opening the show with Kevin Nash coming down to the ring. Big Sexy gets in the ring, and he is wanting to fight the two masked men who attacked him. Obviously, they're not here, but Kevin Nash is definitely laying down the gauntlet. Remember last week he did beat Abyss in a huge main event to earn his shot at Booker T at Sold Out. Only a 50 rating out of just Nash talking here. He's interrupted by the WCW champion Booker T, who says, Nash, just because you defeated Abyss does not mean you're worthy of a championship match. Last time I checked, Abyss doesn't have any championships on his resume. So let's just get one thing clear. Just because you can no longer have an excuse to face off against Booker for the WCW Championship does not mean the result's going to change whatsoever. And these two masked men that you're so keen on beating down, just remember that this is going to be your only excuse on why you don't beat me, because you're mentally not in it. And Booker T walks off from him. Kevin Nash says, however, though, that he will take down the masked men next week and will defeat Booker T at Sold Out and become WCW Champion. And the segment ends. 68 rating overall. Not the greatest opening segment, but it sets up the main event for Sold Out, which will be in the middle of January, and it's a good start to the show overall. And in our first bout of the evening, in about the head, decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Rick Steiner defeats Shawn Stasiak in 6:39 by pinfall. The top rope bulldog. Steiner at 53, Stasiak at 36. Announcing lifted the match. 47 rating overall. Stasiak jobbing out to Rick Steiner, who's just kind of a low mid-card guy, unfortunately, at this point. Yeah, that's really all this is. This is just an opening match of the show, just to get the crowd a little teaser for the rest of the show. Abyss and James Mitchell come down to the ring and demand an open challenge to anybody who wants to step up to the monster Abyss. 41 rating, which is really disappointing. And Billy Kidman answers the challenge, and in a decent match, Abyss defeats Billy Kidman in about 8 minutes by pinfall with a black hole slam. Abyss a 50, Kidman a 59, 56 rating overall. Solid win here, gets Abyss back on the winning track after taking the loss last week. Kidman is in a rough spot, not really sure where to go with him from here. But, the announcing quality of the match got the crowd hotter, so the crowd's happy again. So I think overall good stuff. Backstage, Shane Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow walk into Eric Bischoff's office, and they are talking about how 2001 has been a great year for them, and that they're the WCW Tag Team Champions for a reason. Bischoff kind of cuts them off, though. Introduces his new assistant, to him for WCW is Stacy Keibler, who I finally found a spot to do something with on TV. And she announces that Shane Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow will be defending their WCW Tag Team Champions next week on the first show of 2002 Special Monday Nitro against the Road Warriors. 67 rating there. Good stuff. Introducing Stacy Keibler, and we set up a WCW Tag Team Championship match next week. Good. And in a decent matchup, the PinPoint defeat the Nightbreed in 10 minutes when AJ Styles pins Vampire Warrior with Styles Clash. Jindrak at 57, AJ at 60, Vampiro 52, and Vampire Warrior 37. Got the crowd announcing quality lifted the match. The match got the crowd hotter with a 55 rating. PinPoint is slowly going to pivot away from the Tag Team Championships to give other tag teams opportunities. And Nightbreed is just kind of a mid-card act at the moment. I'm really I'm torn because I like the Nightbreed characters, but I think Gangrel or Vampire Warrior, or whatever you want to call him today, is just a very weak character, an in-ring performer. So I might be having Vampiro go on his own very, very shortly and just kind of see where he can bring it. So I think that's the move here. 55 rating, like I said, is a solid match. However, after the match, Chronic hits the ring and lays out PinPoint. They hit their finisher on AJ Styles in the ring, and they throw Mark Jindrak through a table on ringside area. Brian Adams and Brian Clark, we have not seen them at all in 2001 so far, and they have made their very impactful return to World Championship Wrestling, attacking former WCW tag team champions PinPoint, and have clearly made their statement here in WCW. 56 rating there. Backstage, Rob Van Dam cuts a backstage promo talking about how he's looking forward to see who is going to step up. Who is going to be that next guy to challenge him for that WCW United States Championship? You know, he's looking forward. Who's that next guy who's going to take this champion to the next level facing me? Doesn't mean I'm going to drop this title. No. Mr. Monday Night is here every single week to prove that he is the best wrestler in the world, and he is representing the United States by being the United States champion. 68 rating there. He's interrupted, though, by Buff Bagwell and Don Marie, saying that the United States Championship should belong to an actual star, not some guy with a ponytail who likes to wear singlets. It should be a star. It should be a man who belongs in movies such as myself. Buff with the stuff should be WCW United States Champion. So, Rob, you know, your days are numbered. You've been warned. I'm coming for that championship. 64 rating there. So, the seeds have been planted here a little bit. Buff Bagwell, natural progression, has made his way towards the WCW United States Championship with his girlfriend, Dawn Marie. And it looks like these two could be going into a little program going forward. And it just makes sense. You know, he just got out of that Billy Kidman feud, and I think it's time for Buff Bagwell to see kind of where he's at as a single star. You know, is he just a mid-card guy? Is he an upper mid-card guy? You know, is he going to have to go back on a tag team at some point? So this is kind of where we're going. You know, we'll see what happens. 64 rating overall, so the crowd liked it. And in a decent matchup, Buff Bagwell defeats Christopher Daniels in 7:26 with a Buff blockbuster. Bagwell 57, Daniels a 54. Great chemistry in the performance. Don Marie and Buff are a great pairing. Buff's gimmick is getting stale. We'll just edit that a little bit, make sure that's all good. 60 rating on the match. Daniels, unfortunately, and I will fully admit this, he has fallen completely out of favor with me booking, which unfortunately might lead to him leaving for a little bit. You know what I mean? I think I'm at that point where, like, I really want the Fallen Angel, and I was ready to do it, and everything was set up, and then he wasn't able to turn heel, and I need him to be at that point, and just, you know, and that's unfortunately where we're at. So I think right now, Daniels is going to be a solid guy for TV, but he's definitely fallen out of favor with the old booking, if you must say. Post-match shows Rob Van Dam watching the match, and Ashley is impressed with Buff's win, and he's kind of, you know, like, all right, this guy might be a good challenger. So we'll see kind of where that goes. I think Rob and Buff will be on a collision course at some point. Not next week, of course, but, you know, I think they're on a collision course to see this match coming our way here. 66 rating. And then Eric and Stacy walk up to Shane Helms backstage. I didn't mean to put in there in his office. And he announces that Shane Helms, next week we will be making a huge announcement regarding your WCW Cruiserweight Championship. He says, have no worry though, you're still a champion. He's like, but next week there's going to be a major announcement about it, and we want to make sure that you come down to the ring when we call upon you to give that announcement. So some little weird stuff's going on here. Hopefully you guys actually like my idea that I'm going to do here, and I'm going to explain it and lay it out. I actually took it from someone from the Grey Dog Software forums, and we're going to roll with it. And I think it's the right thing to do at this point, and I'll explain why next week when we do it. 67 rating there. And in a good match, which I knew it would be, Chris Kanyon defeats Lance Storm in 13 minutes 21 seconds by pinfall with a handful of tights. Kanyon a 62, Lance Storm a 78. Lance Storm benefited from having a hot new move and a 75 rated match. Beautiful stuff here, guys. Lance Storm, unfortunately, is a man without a spot right now. He is just my top TV guy, and I hate to say that, but he definitely is. When I need a match going forward, and I really want him to kind of come to his own. I think I'm done putting him with people. You know, obviously there's a Flair and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I want him to be his own guy at this point, and it's hard because his promo skills are trash. Having said that, though, on the other side, Chris Kanyon gets a much-needed win, and obviously he's going to be feuding with Rey Mysterio going forward, so all good things there. And next week, Chris Kanyon post-match grabs a microphone and lays down the challenge for Rey Mysterio next week on the New Year's edition of Nitro. So for the first Nitro of 2002, we got three big things so far. We got WCW Tag Team Championships will be on the line as the Road Warriors challenge Shane Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow. We have a huge announcement for whatever that means for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship in Shane Helms. And we have a singles match between Chris Kanyon and Rey Mysterio. Solid stuff. And in About the Head Good Wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Mike Awesome defeats Kaz Hayashi in 10 minutes with an awesome bomb. Awesome drops to 69. Kaz Hayashi drops to 63, and the match gets to 67. Again, Kaz Hayashi, same spot. And Mike Awesome, finally, I have some ideas for Mike Awesome here going forward. Kaz Hayashi is kind of like Lance Storm in the sense of, like, I can't do a promo with him. It's strictly matches. And that's, some guys are like that, and that's fine. But there's a ceiling. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people online will be like, oh, like, you know, that's WWE thinking. Well, it kind of is. If you can't cut a promo, that's where you're at. And that's kind of where I'm at with him. So, like I said, Mike Awesome's going to be doing some stuff, and you're going to see it here in the next segment, where he gets attacked by the Militia. 3-on-1 beatdown as Ray Gonzalez, Super Crazy, and Little Guido attack Mike Awesome from behind as they pose over a fallen Mike Awesome. So that's the feud we're going with here. The Militia is just a problem here in WCW, and I think it's cool because I think it's three guys who obviously never been in WCW before this, and I've kind of made them my own little thing, you know. And, you know, there's been a little change. Obviously, Psychosis left, and I think that actually might have benefited because Ray Gonzalez has been fantastic since joining the group. And, you know, Super Crazy's still doing his thing, and Guido is just fantastic overall. And now Mike Awesome has a solid feud, so that's good. 60 rating here. We got a backstage promo from Bill Goldberg saying he's disappointed that he didn't get an opportunity to go after the WCW champion that sold out. So he's just going to take out his aggressions on his opponent tonight and move forward until he finally gets his opportunity at the WCW Championship. 69 rating. And in a superb match, Goldberg defeats Chavo Guerrero in 8:26 with a spear. Goldberg in 86, Chavo is 60, 76 rating overall. Chavo needs something, and I don't know what to do with him at this point. He's just an awkward guy at this point for my company. I might eventually move on from him down the road, but we'll see. Like I said, Mr. Goldberg gets the W here with a solid 76 rating. Post-match, Scott Steiner returns, and he lays out Goldberg and hits him with a pipe and puts him in the Steiner recliner with that pipe securely around Goldberg's throat until the credits of the show come up, and that is how Monday Nitro ends 2001. Scott Steiner choking the life out of Bill Goldberg. 87 rating, that's awesome. Steiner's gimmicks and still, we'll work with that as well. Let's see what we get for a final rating. I have a feeling we're looking at about a 71, hopefully. Maybe a little bit lower. 77, let's go, alright. Love to end the year with a 77. That might be our best rating we've had for a Monday Nitro, and I'm super excited about that. Next week for Monday Nitro, we are entering 2002, completely uncharted waters. Now, granted, obviously, 2001 was WCW's year. They closed in March, so obviously everything at this point is all brand new. But 2002 and WCW don't go hand in hand here. And we're entering a whole new world of professional wrestling in 2002, and I think you're going to see a lot more change and next level stuff going on in WCW, and I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I hope you enjoy everything that's about to come our way here. If you are, please like the video, and please comment if you are enjoying stuff. I like seeing, you know, that you guys are enjoying certain things or certain feuds, or if you have ideas, I definitely will always take in those. Or if you don't agree with something I'm saying with like Christopher Daniels or Storm or Mike Awesome or something like that, or even just the top guys, you know, Or if you're like, oh, you're really relying on this guy too much. Or, you know, I remember at the very beginning, everybody's like, oh, where's RVD's storyline? Due time, we had to get there. I didn't want RVD to walk in and go straight for a belt. So, again, you're going to see a lot more stuff coming our way here. This one should be coming up probably very shortly. And then, obviously, the first show in 2002, and we push our way to sold out. So, like I said, until next time, guys, make sure you're watching those videos, and hopefully you're enjoying it. See you later.